Hey friends! So today I am super excited. I'm going to be testing a new to me cosmetic line of shadows. I was at the Cosmoprof makeup show in LA a couple of weeks ago and I overheard someone talking about how great these shadows were. And I've heard of them, but I had never tried any of them, of their products before. So I placed an order literally while I was in Vegas on camerareadycosmetics.com, and I ordered the Letho Cosmetics palette, and then I just filled it with some shades that looked really beautiful to me. I kind of looked at some of their, pre-made palettes, but I ultimately decided to kind of build my own palette. So I'm excited to try this. I love trying a new shadow, and I overheard them talking about how great these were. So I was like, okay, we're adding that to cart. So that's what we're gonna do. I also have a couple of other new products that I picked up from Blue Mercury, a couple Laura Mercier blushes we will dig into. And then the Rodial, is that how you say the brand? Rodial? I'm not sure, but it's the banana powder. I've been playing with this a couple of days. I've got some opinions. We're gonna talk about this as well. So we're just gonna kind of be playing with some new makeup. I also got the black Inglot gel liner from Camera Ready Cosmetics. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I do have foundation, concealer, a little bit of blush, and I have a little bit of eye primer on my eyes. So I am going to start by going straight into this palette, and I'm gonna use this shade right here. This one, let's see the name of it. It is Midway. It is a matte shade, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's kind of a cool tone, grayish, light to medium brown. I'm gonna pop that into the crease, and I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 202 brush. So I'm gonna apply this color into my crease, and I'm going to kind of take it, from the outer corner all the way in. I'm gonna kind of bring it here to meet the bridge of my nose too. It's such a light color. It's a very true contour shade. Like if you're trying to create the illusion of a true shadow, this is a good shade for my skin tone because it's a couple of shades darker than my skin tone. I don't know if you guys knew that, but when you're looking for like a true natural looking contour, you want to look for a shade that's a few shades darker than your natural skin tone, that is cool tone, so it's kind of got more of a gray undertone, and matte is best because that creates the illusion of an actual shadow there. But I'm layering it and layering it, so it's definitely going to look more like makeup by the time I'm done. Okay, so that's pretty. You can see it just created a nice natural kind of contour to the lid. Defined my crease a little bit, but let's go ahead and dive in. We're gonna pick up this shade right here. It is a pink matte brown. It is called Archetype. This is what it looks like. I will show you guys also what it looks like on my hand. Kind of a real dusty, mauve-y pink. I'm gonna pick that up and place that kind of on top of what we just did. That's pretty. And then I'm gonna bring it down to the lid a little bit. Ooh, that's pretty. That's really beautiful. It actually is a little deeper than it looks on my fingertip. It goes on more pink. Ooh, that's really pretty. That's nice. I like that. It actually looks a little different, and I don't know if it's because I paired it with that first shade or if it's just going on my lid different because I have the primer down. I use the Makeup by Mario Prep and Prime set in the light shade. I really have been loving that as a primer lately. I've had it forever since they launched, but I just pulled it out of my drawer and have been using it because it is such a great brightener. It reminds me of the Trish McAvoy primer, but it's a little stickier and thicker. Next, we're gonna go in and I'm gonna grab this shade right here. Let me actually pull it out to show you guys. It is the shade Lithium. This is what it looks like. It is a very shimmery, almost foiled-like shadow. And let's see what this swatch is like. Ooh, this is pretty. So it is a very silvery taupe shade. I'm gonna put this onto my lid, and I'm actually just gonna use what's on my finger. See how that goes on? Oh, that's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Almost looks like a liquid shadow. So pretty. I'm gonna do the same thing on my other eye. Okay, I am gonna take a brush now. I'm gonna take our BK Beauty 203 brush, and I'm going to just kind of go over that and layer it a little bit and also blend it into the second part of my lid, the second half of my lid, the outer half of my lid. Yeah, this formula is really gorgeous. It's very shimmery, but it just lays on the skin almost like a liquid shadow. And I'm getting like zero fallout. I'm not even kidding you guys, zero fallout. Crazy. So pretty. Next, I'm gonna take this shade. It's called Rebirth, and this is what it looks like when you swatch it on the skin. Really pretty, very purple, foiled, but it has a pink kind of reflex to it. Really gorgeous. And I'm gonna pack this on the outer half of my lid. So not in my crease, but just on the outer half of my lid. And I'm gonna go in with the 203 brush. We're using the same brush that we used for lithium. And I'm just gonna kind of pack that on the outer corner. Just press, 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 and then kind of blend it to meet lithium. Ooh, that's really pretty. So now that I've got the color packed on, I'm just gonna kind of look straight into the mirror rather than looking down or up. I'm just gonna look straight into the mirror, and I'm just gonna kind of keep working so that I make sure both eyes are very similar. So pretty. Okay, then I'm gonna take my 202 brush, and I don't have any product on it. I'm just gonna kind of run it over those two shades. So basically, I don't want to see where one starts and one stops. I just want it to like kind of seamlessly transition from real purple more to taupe in the inner corner. And then I'm going to take the brush, I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm just going to kind of run it up so whatever's on the lid can kind of feather and fade up. This brush is so soft. It like makes me, like puts me to sleep. That and maybe the bright lights. I just want to close my eyes. So pretty. Okay, next I'm going to go in and I'm going to create a little bit of highlight underneath the brow, and I don't actually have a good shade from Lethal Cosmetics, so I'm going to just go into my Makeup by Mario palette, and I'm going to take the powder shadow that is up here at the top, and we're going to put that underneath my brow. I'm using the BK Beauty 206 brush. This is a great brush for the brow highlight if you like a really soft brow highlight, which is what I'm into these days. I just want it to look softly lighter up there, but I don't want it to look intentional. I need a brow gel. I didn't use a brow gel this morning, and I can tell because my brow hair is like all over the place. Let me go do that. This is the Wet n Wild Brow Excessive Brow Gel, and I have the shade Blonde, which is lighter than my brows, but I have a darker brow pencil, so it works. Next, I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's called Trespass, and it kind of reminds me of Sketch from MAC, which used to be my all-time favorite, most worn shadow. And I'm gonna pop this just in the outer corner of my eye and kind of blend it and diffuse it, just so that I get a little bit more depth on the outer corner. And for that, I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 207 brush. I'm gonna apply it with this, and I might even blend it out with this. We'll see. So I'm gonna load up the brush. I am gonna kind of tap off my brush with my finger because this is a dark matte shade and I don't want it to fall all over my foundation and make a mess. So I'm just gonna put that right there in the outer corner. And because this brush it is a pencil brush, but it's definitely more dome and rounded than some other pencil brushes on the market. So it actually blends out pretty well. Like if you wanna keep that darkness just right tight in the outer corner and you don't want it to go too far, use this brush to blend and you'll get most of the work done for you. Okay, so on this side, I'm just gonna kind of place it there and softly move the brush, wiggle the brush back and forth. Perfect. Now I'm taking the 202 and I didn't add anything to it, but I am just running this just on the outer like crease edge to soften it because I noticed over here it was a little harsh and we don't like harsh lines. We don't want harsh lines. Oh, I love this purple. It's so beautiful. It's like colorful, but I love the warmth to it. So pretty. So I thought my camera was recording and it wasn't, but I have tight lined and lined my upper lash line with the Inglot Gel Liner in black. You guys, this is such a beautiful formula of gel liner. I used to use gel liners all the time, and then over the years I've gotten away from using them, just kind of ease, you know, just I've found pencils to be more convenient and quick, and in my, you know, younger days of motherhood, it's just like the name of the game was quick, easy makeup. But now I've got more time, so I've really been enjoying re-exploring products that I used to love that, you know, really inspire creativity that, you know, maybe take a little bit longer. But this is such a beautiful gel liner. It's very smooth. It's got a lot of pigment. It's not too thick. You have time to manipulate it and spread it, but once it dries, it stays in place. So I lined my lash line with the BK Beauty 208 brush. That's what I use, which by the way, this brush, and I'm not just saying this because it's a BK Beauty brush, but this makes winged liner so easy. I did both my eyes without even using my second hand. I was holding a mirror the whole time. It's nice and small. It keeps its shape. It doesn't fray out. It's fantastic. So if you struggle with winged liner, definitely find a brush like this because it's going to make it so much easier. And then I even tight lined my eye with this brush and that liner, and it worked so good. Okay, so for my lower lashes, I want to use that shade Lithium. We're going to kind of smoke this out on the lower lashes. Such a beautiful like silvery taupe shade. We're gonna smoke that out. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna pick up the Inglot Duraline and I'm gonna wet my brush with this so that I get more intensity down there. Oh yeah, there we go. So much better. It just turns it into a cream. Perfect. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with this shade. It is called Kindlewood and it is a dark, like chocolate rich brown. And we're gonna take the same brush and we're going to run this on the outer corner just to deepen that up a little bit. Next, I'm just gonna take a 203 brush and I'm just gonna kind of soften that edge. I didn't add any shadow. I'm basically kind of smoking out and diffusing what's already there. Should give a really pretty smoky vibe. So pretty. Then I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is called Limbo. And it's a highly reflective kind of yellow gold. Let's see what it looks like on the finger when I swatch it. That is what it looks like, real intense. And I'm just gonna take a very soft pressure. I'm gonna lightly dip my brush in there, tap it off. And we're going to kind of put that right in the inner corner. And then when I've got most of the product off the brush, then I'm gonna go down here on the lower inner corner. We definitely have to line the waterline with a nude pencil. This is by Inglot. So nice. Okay, and then we're going to pop on and layer up some mascara. I will do that off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so eyes are done. You guys, I have to share a product that I'm just not loving. And I'm so disappointed because I thought I was gonna love it. The Peach Lowlighter Lit From Within by Rodial. I picked this up this week and this is my third time using it. I just can't get it to work. I'm looking at my under eye and it looks so like heavy and cakey, which is interesting because it's not a really heavy product. It's just settling in every single like pore on my face. Just had to share that. Okay, so next we're gonna go in and add a little bit of blush. I picked up two blushes from Laura Mercier this week from Blue Mercury. I picked up the shade Chai and then I picked up the shade Fresco and I really like them both. They're still in the packaging, but I have used them. I actually applied Fresco earlier. Kind of really soft, rosy nude shade. It has some shimmer to it, really pretty. I did have to layer it up quite a bit for it to show up on my skin. Do you know how used testers always look so different than brand new product? The tester in the store looked a little bit deeper to me than it does, but it's still really pretty. I think it's nice. I layered it up and I do like it. But as I was picking that up, the artist there recommended Chai. He said that this is their most popular blush. So I picked this one up and we're gonna apply a little bit of this, which is a matte shade, also a rosy, nude, kind of pinky nude shade. Looks like a great everyday blush. I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 104 brush. I'm just gonna use the tip of it. And I'm just gonna kind of put it right here, like just behind the apple of my cheek and kind of blend up. That's pretty. Last, I'm gonna line my lips with one of my favorite lip pencils. It's the Natasha Denona pencil in the shade Eyeliner. It's a really beautiful kind of grayish nude pink. This is probably one of my favorite formulas of lip pencils. So creamy. Beautiful. I did have some lip conditioner on first, so it just glides on so smoothly. Then I'm going to top it with the Persona lip gloss in the shade Shortcake. This is a cool tone, kind of mauve. Oh, I love these glosses. They smell so good. And last, I'm gonna set my face with some translucent powder. I'm using this powder from Danessa Myricks. It's a loose translucent powder. And I'm going to kind of blot the brush onto a paper towel. Just kind of press on the skin to mattify, tone down shine. Oh, my lips look like I just got injections or something. They're so full. Perfect. And this is the finished look. I love the eyeshadow. Really, really beautiful quality and formula from Lethal Cosmetics. I'm so glad I picked these up. I will list all the shades that I picked up. Again, we didn't use them all in today's video, but this was kind of the color story that I went for. I find the mattes and those kind of metallics to just be beautiful formulas, very highly pigmented. I did feel like the mattes gave quite a bit of kickback when I dipped my brush into it. There was a lot that kind of kicked up, but it didn't translate into a lot of fallout, which was nice. And then the metallic shades just went on beautiful beautifully. Highly pigmented, blended really easily, kind of creamy in texture, even though it's a powder. Just really beautiful, beautiful formulas. I will definitely be ordering more to fill up this palette. So if you guys have favorite shades from Lethal Cosmetics that you love, will you list them and let me know down below? Also, if there's any good pre-made palettes that they carry. I was looking and there were some that caught my eye, but a lot of them had a lot of bold, bright colors that I don't typically wear, so that's why I decided to custom make my own. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know your thoughts on this look, your thoughts on Lethal Cosmetics if you've tried it, and as always, I hope you learned something. Let me know what you learned. Thank you so much for your time and watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.